heard murmurs of Silas support being able to just go
after
after
smile
shot.
on your face
8
right
seconds
now?
to go.
I'm not quite sure, but this could be a Pantheon top lane. 3 seconds remaining. It might be. Okay.
No, of course not.
All right, Gary.
Yep, she certainly can. We'll have to see how this all goes because this is an unorthodox team composition. This is, of course, Griffin. They're very happy to do it, but SKT, it's only a little pony on the top side of the map that's really changing things up from what SKT have been playing this entire split long. Ladies and gentlemen, you can feel it. Game number 1 is right around the corner. Griffin on our blue side, SKT on the red. Your champions have been locked in.
Don't you judge me for my mistakes. Taking as much as I can take.
미니언 생성까지 30초 남았습니다.
Oh, that is going to be that first blood coming in! We couldn't even let the SKT fans cheer because they lost Marta in the first minute of the game.
And
Pantheon, who just accidentally tanked the turret, that could be a bad news story, but the stun is still going to come in. Marta could be falling down for the second time in 3 minutes, but no! The flash comes forward and the teleport to save SKT.
And that was actually something where the Pantheon passive going down probably caused a half-second hesitation for BBQ. We would not see it from Griffin. We'll hold it for now, though. First, talk about this turret dive. The passive goes down, and suddenly this becomes hard.
Yeah, Pantheon has to leave the turret aggro just a little bit sooner than he would have liked to. He could have opened that up with just a Q or an auto attack and then convert into the W, get his passive back.
They've been already threatened for a turret dive 3 times, and Tarzan says, thank you very much. I'll have an Infernal, and Sword wants a pony.
Exactly, 300 health now. On to Khán, he's in trouble. No teleport available. We'll have a turret here. Clid waiting around. Ultimate's going to be traded here. That's going to be the solo kill for Sword. It's traded back, but they get everything for that one.
And I mean, that was just a fantastic pickup.
Also, if he wants to be back in lane and flexing, he can. Khán sticking around on 400 health. We see double pony ultimate. That's a lot of onslaught of shadows. The end result is that Clid wipes away, but the gold...
Hey, it's Chovy. He's going to join the fight. Half the health bar now on the Dragon as Lahan's just happy to walk on over, gets Khán out of the fight as Redemption does come down. It's going to be a 50-50 as Tarzan is in this pin as Sword goes into his first Sonyas. The steal comes in. Griffin have locked down the Dragon, and Faker in the back of the pin is trying to kill Sword, but he's so frustrating finally. Teddy locks him down, and now Tarzan. Stopwatch ain't gonna be enough, and Chovy is now waiting in the gates, but SKT don't care. They get themselves into the correct position. Pick themselves up a double for their man in the mid lane, and SKT may have turned it.
Griffin get the steal, but SKT's able to make it front to back. This is the time they were looking for.
Yeah, this is another realm warp.
Kill.
It's Faker's one this time. His True Shot Barrage is even going to help try and take Chovy down. Remember, there's no turrets up here, guys, so this might be the great escape, but Khán has a lot of movement speed. Chovy's just so scary, they don't even want to fight it.
Wow.
They're actually going to let him go. They're valuing a full reset over killing the Akali, and because it's 20 minutes, if you waste too much time chasing the Akali, who is so hard to get to, things can go wrong. Big thing to note here is, yes, the objective is stolen, but to do that, SKT can get into a defensive formation. Then it looks like every other team fight you've seen at home that you played in, where the AD carry gets to free hit and the threat level goes down.
Yeah, and the thing here is that Chovy, he just can't get into the fight until it was too late. Teddy jumps into the Dragon Pit. Chovy jumps immediately at the opportunity to enter into the backline, but it doesn't matter because the backline is now the front line, and Griffin doesn't have any members remaining, and they just don't against the Griffin team comp. You can't suddenly Weaver's Wall in and do a Pantheon ult. They'll just run.
Faker jumps on over, but it does get interrupted. Faker gets his passive shield. It's down very low. Now finally goes into the stopwatches of the Weaver's Wall. Actually blocks Chovy. He has to flash to get over the top. Marta goes golden. And is Faker falling down? Marta the next one to follow, and SKT can't re-enter this fight.
It was so big that they could stop Faker from getting out because they could actually set up a very different scenario to Infernal. They were able to keep SKT from grouping as a 5, from defending their AD carry, putting out max damage, and this is what you temporary terrain. Watch this and notice how different it is to the fight that SKT won around Infernal.
And even though Clid was shadowing Faker, he was still just way too far up, and so the Pantheon ultimate and the Weaver's Wall gets access to him. in situations that normally it shouldn't happen because
4v1.
SK Telecom, they
people
know that
defending
this
alone.
is coming. Yeah, this is the only...
Lane gets a chance kill, but he's nothing else. He can tank Baron a little bit better, but it just plays into the fact that 5v5 is all SKTs, but they're not there.
Yep, well, Quinn is going to try and come in for the 50-50. Can he actually get the steal? Realm Warp once again going to try and put Faker in the pit, but no, it's just for the vision. He gets on over, but he's unable to get the steal. Ultimate flies forward from Clit. He flashes to get himself out, but not even Sword is going to die as Teddy very aggressively dives into the Baron pit. But Griffin, once again, it's the grab and go.
And SK Telecom, they're trying to stop the backs, but they're not going to be able to. And now, Griffin, they found their way back into the game. They have
On Talia Pantheon, literally, we're not even bigging you up here. This is the truth.
It's just objectively true, yeah.
We know that if they don't get the Baron, they lose the game. So a 50-50 chance right now when you can't win team fights is way better than not winning a team fight that you can't win and then not getting the Baron anyway. So they roll the dice and they have to go for it.
Exactly. It's either going to be 10-90 or 50-50 at the Baron. They rolled the 50-50 knowing that it's the best chance that they have. Mountain Drake, possibly.
Which is obviously the one you want if it's going to be one, but it's going to be a decent trade. Here we go.
Yep, staying over the side of the wall. Mata does break it though, and there's the knockup. Mata finds it this time. Lahen's down to the GA teleport from Griffin as Chovy's finally found the back line. But you can see it's Griffin trying to hold this one off. Khán goes golden, gets the ultimate off an SKT. They found the team fight they wanted, and they should be able to find the Baron a minute before the Elder.
They punch the Magician in the face and say, we're fighting now, and the Boxer is going to be the one that profits. The minion wave, though, is being proxied. The game will not end here, but that is the sort of fight Griffin can't afford to let happen.
And Griffin now, I mean, they're going to have to do the smoke and mirrors to come back into the game. SKT, they're going to pick up the Baron. This is going to convert into Elder. How does Griffin come back now at this point?
It was so sneaky. It was such a ninja maneuver. For the last 20 minutes of this game, Griffin has been avoiding... Oh, it's so much more difficult for Griffin to repeat.
Defending Baron is all about posturing, and we know they have no ace up their sleeve. They cannot win front-to-back 5v5 team fights. Teddy is able to just free hit while Khán gets an amazing flank here. The timing on the onslaught shadows after the stopwatch is genius, because if he had ulted earlier, his teammates wouldn't have been in position to actually pick up the kill.
The health bar of Viper goes missing.
Round warp into the Elder pit. They've been able to defend this one. They know that Griffin is in their base.
They've got a guard horse
Tarzan?
here as well, Papa. Teleport going to come in as
No
Lahen
flash.
gets into position. Chovy inside the pit. The ultimate comes down from Lahen's as Viper. Has to go golden this steal as the Pantheon man drops his way into a 4-stack Elder Drake. SKT is still going to be able to grab the kills. Teddy finds even more. It was a heroic steal, but I just don't think it's heroic enough because SKT have routed Griffin and there's only a Chovy that remains.
Chovy's going to try to buy time. He can't do it. What did you get? Elder Dragon. What did it cost? Everything. SK Telecom T1. I think they just end it right now.
Exactly. Chovy is going to have to try and go back and do something very impressive, but the stop of the back, and SKT have taken game number 1. This is incredible. Griffin tried to run them around for so incredibly long. It didn't matter. In the end, SKT team fought and they won.
The SKT faithful explode, outnumbering Griffin 3-1, it feels like, in Jump Shill. And man,
draw your attention to the post-game breakdown because this shows exactly what Griffin was trying to do this game, and they actually did it very, very well. You can see the goal graph was all Griffin until SKT finally managed to utilize all the damage potential that they had.
But Atlas, guess what a participation medal doesn't get you? It doesn't get you
Not
that
a lot of
first Griffin
championships.
title. It doesn't get you a seat at MSI, and it doesn't get this curse off the back of Griffin of being the best team to never get international because they just can't get it done in the big one.
And I mean, SK Telecom, I mean, they came out with a message here in game number 1. And if you're Griffin, you probably feel a little bit uncomfortable. You came into game number 1, you had Pantheon Talia, probably caught SK Telecom by surprise. Everything was going your way early game, and then you still couldn't figure out a way to get through it.
Yep, that's exactly right. But guys, remember, that's only game 1. We still have a whole best of 5 to go. We're going to take a short break. And then when we come back, Griffin versus SKT will continue.